wife and I enjoy spending our Saturdays going to some of these garage sales in this rural area where we live. And when we do that, I usually keep my eyes open for different things that I see. And I've picked up more than a few vehicles that way. And so yesterday I spotted a little red car between an RV and a shed and ended up talking to the owner about it and ended up purchasing it. So today we're going to be driving over there to go pick that up. So I've got the dolly on the back and a bunch of supplies, and we'll see how that goes. I've got to bring back a car and an engine separately. And so I'm going to see if I can load the engine in the back of the Element, and then I'm going to tow the car with the Element, see if we can get it in one shot. So
Wait.
all right, so we got the Bug in the back. Really sweet couple that I bought it from. I asked for permission to film, and then the guy said, "Oh, I already got some pictures." He said, "I already said goodbye, baby." So it reminded me that we really don't ever own these cars. We're just caretakers of them for a limited amount of time. And this guy had had this thing almost 20 years and had loved it. And his wife was telling me about how he used to just be so proud driving it around, and he would take the kids to school and he would give rides in the neighborhood. He told me that after he replaced the engine in it, it looks like it's got a more modern engine, that he had probably only put about 3,000 miles on it, using it as a daily driver. And then the push rod seal started leaking, and he wanted to fix that before he went any farther. Then it just sat. So I'm not sure how long it's been sitting, but anyway. I'm going to pull a Doug DeMuro. This is a 1964 Volkswagen Beetle. We're going to talk about its quirks and features, and we're going to go ahead and look it over, but we're not going to drive it because, well, the engine's not in it. So, in all seriousness, this car, I believe, was well loved by the previous owner, and it's multinational, multicultural. It's got the Mexican flag on that side and the American flag on this side. The lovely lady that did that work was there, and she told me that she was pretty proud of what she'd done there. It looks pretty good. I don't know what these seat covers look like underneath, but this is the first time sitting in it. Look at that dash. That's pretty. And I'm missing the faceplate, but that's okay. I hate those stereos. But yeah, the headliner is dirty but decent. I haven't even looked to see if there's a battery in it. It's got this really cute little mirror on it, but it's got a crack in it. What else have we got here? So we flip this forward. It looks like the seat's probably not in terrible shape. And then this still has plastic on it. And then there's something in the back. Is that a boom box or something? I don't know. Maybe a speaker. But yeah, let's pop the frunk and see what we got going on there. So it's a Baja Beetle, and this is really thick fiberglass stuff, so it seems pretty durable. And we've got a jack. I don't see a spare. A tank, and I think that's about it. This must be the prop rod for the hood. And then the electronics all under there. Headlight visors, some pretty decent tires. Look at the tread. I mean, it's still got the plastic on it. Looks like BF Goodrich trail tires on it with some cracking. I'm not even sure what size they are, but they look like maybe 30 by 950s. Let's take a look. I can't even see it. That's okay. Oh, there it is. 30 by 950s. So yeah, and they've got some pretty decent cracking on them. So will need to be replaced. That seems good. Yeah, so we'll get an engine in this thing and we'll just kind of see what it does. I'm pretty excited about it. So the story, I think I told the story, was I was at a garage sale and I saw something red in the background between an RV and a barn, little small barn, shed really. And I thought, oh man, that looks like a toy. And so I kind of looked at it and then asked questions about it and ended up buying it. So what did I pay? I paid $700 for it. The first question that I should have asked before I bought it was to take a look underneath and see if there was any rust. And so we're about to find out. Oh, and those floor pans look good. And I don't think it's even really been off-roaded. I know these things will, from personal experience, I know you can take them across a field and they'll just plow right over everything. But yeah, it looks really good under here. I think it's a solid car. Solid. All right. Let's see if we can unload the engine without damaging it. All right, let's look over the drivetrain, or the engine anyway. So we've got what I believe, I'm going to check the numbers, but I think it's got to be a 1600 maybe, because it's a dual port heads. It's got a mechanical advanced distributor, which Bosch made one called the 009 that I recall from back in the day. Looks like it's got the stock carburetor on it, generator. Actually nothing really fancy going on here other than it's got some headers and all the chrome, and then the oil cooler there, which it looks like the stock one. So yeah, it's supposed to be leaking from the push rod tubes. My intent is to just go ahead and put it back in and see how it runs. And I mean, those carburetors are pretty simple, pretty easy to get going again. And I'm not even sure if it's a 6 volt or 12 volt system. It's a 1964, so I think my buddy told me in 67 they changed over to 12 volt. So then set of headers with actual heater tubes on it, and then the bumper for the back, and then the front cover, or the engine cowling, I guess you would call that. So that's kind of what we've got here. The engine turns over, so it's not locked up. It was covered up pretty well. on a pallet and off the ground, and had a tarp over it as well as a carpet of some sort. So that's promising. Every car has a story, and I got a chance to get some of the story for this car. The guy that I bought it from came from Mexico when he was probably 21 years old. I remember he told me, he said his first money that he earned, he was earning $1.75 an hour. So it was quite a while back. But he said food was cheap then, and so little by little you could buy food and you could survive and you could save. And I imagine that by the time he got to be about 50 years old, that this was kind of your midlife crisis car, and so he bought this car and he enjoyed it. His wife maintained his identity with where he came from, and so I think that explains these door panels, which I will not be changing. And he loved this car, and you could tell, I think, that he sort of teared up a little bit when he finally made the decision to sell it. But it just makes me more, I guess, glad that I'm the guy that got to buy it. And I will do right by it. But anyway, I just wanted to share that little tidbit with you. Thanks for watching.